Hi, I'm Amanda and you're watching How To Anything. Today I'm very excited because we're going to be installing some vinyl plank flooring. Now vinyl flooring is a great way to update the look of your space. It's very durable and it's super easy to install. So let's get to work on this floor. So as you can see, I've already prepped this room by ripping out all the carpet, and you can install vinyl plank flooring on top of tile, cement, or wood. For today's project, it'll be going on top of the wood subfloor. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming trying to figure out exactly how much flooring you're gonna need for your room. But Lowe's has this free calculator. All you do is type in the dimensions of your room and it tells you exactly how much flooring you're gonna need. So because we have a closet, we're actually dealing with two separate rooms. So I measured this room and the dimensions are 177 by 140, which gives us 172 square feet of flooring. Next, we're gonna add in the dimensions of the closet, which are 80 by 62, and that gives us 35 square feet. So altogether, I'm gonna need 207 square feet of flooring. And that's with an additional 10% already added in by the calculator, just in case you make any mistakes or need to make some extra cuts. All right, so let's get started. We wanna make sure our floor is clean, dry, and level. Our floor is ready to go, and today we're going to be using the Stainmaster waterproof vinyl plank flooring. What's really cool about this, it already comes with a moisture barrier and an underlayment pre-installed. Both of those are very important to prevent moisture and mold, so having it pre-installed saves us so much time and our floor is protected. All right, I'm going to lay down my first row, and I'm going to be putting in some 1/4-inch spacers all around the edges, and that'll allow for expansion over time. Just slide it very gently up against those spacers and make sure it's nice and even. For the second piece, they interlock really easily. You just want to line up your pieces and lift it up on one end a little bit and drop it down gently. We want to remember to add those spacers. All right, for the last piece in the first row, you can see that it's just a little too long, so we're going to want to trim that. But there's a neat trick you can do. Flip it around and then make sure you have that spacer in place. And then you're going to take your speed square and line it up with that first piece here. Grab a utility knife. And you're going to want to score it a couple times because once just won't cut it. All right, once you've done that, flip it back over and you're going to snap it from this side. So you want to put the pressure here. And that's it. You take your utility knife, score it on the other side. So after that, you have a nice clean cut. And remember, we want to flip it back around and have that newly cut side facing the wall. Line it up just like the first ones and let it down and make sure you have your spacers in. Moving on to our second row, it's recommended for our flooring that we stagger our seams at least 8 inches apart from each other, but make sure you check with your manufacturer for your flooring to see what they recommend for yours. So I've locked in my piece, but I'm going to use this tapping block and just make sure that everything is secure and tight. Now to lock in this next piece, you want to lock it in at the top first and then scoot it over as close as you can without actually locking it. And it won't actually lock into the other piece, so grab your tapping block. Make sure that's nice and secure. Then you'll take that bridge piece, put it right with the seam in the middle. I've got my tapping block into place, and I'm just going to tap this board and lock it in. So we've come to a door frame, and the best way to handle this is to take a multi-tool and cut into it so that the boards will slide right under it and make it look completely seamless into the closet. So I'm going to use a scrap piece of flooring, put it right up against there, and that'll show me exactly where I need to cut, and I can use it as a guide for the multi-tool. The floor is finally finished, and remember that 1/4-inch gap we had going around the room? Well, now we're going to cover it up with some 1/4 round. It's very important to remember you're never going to want to nail into the floor. You always want to go into the wall or the molding. The floor and the room are finished and it looks amazing. What a difference this makes. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you can find vinyl flooring and everything you need to install it at your local Lowe's or Lowes.com. And while you're there, if you need any help, just look for a Lowe's Red Vest associate and they'll assist you with whatever you're looking for. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below on what you want to see on the next How to Anything video.